Have you ever wondered how the ocean moves? According to the National Ocean Service, the ocean is not a still body of water. The only visible motion you can see would be waves crashing to the shore or waves out in sea, but there is much more to it. Below the surface of water is where the light penetrates through, making it the photic zone. Once you go deeper, it gets denser due to the pycnocline. These currents are then affected by temperature as well as salinity or saltiness of the ocean. So now this is probably making you think, what in the world is going on beneath the surface? Well, we will explain how the global ocean conveyor belt works, where it starts and stops, how it affects the rest of the ocean, and how it is changing. The global ocean conveyor belt is located throughout the entire ocean, and there isn't really a start or stop, but it technically begins in the Norwegian Sea. When the warmer water turns colder and saltier, it sinks to the deep ocean floor. The deep water then moves south towards the middle of Africa and South America to make it to Antarctica to then sink again due to cooling. This makes the belt split into two different directions going towards the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean, which is near the equator, heating the water back up and rising towards the surface. This then loops around back south to connect towards the Atlantic Ocean to travel back north to make a full loop, meaning that the global conveyor belt can be broken down into an upper and lower limb. How does it affect oceanic ecosystems? One of the main purposes of the global conveyor belt is to spread nutrients, and these nutrients are vital for marine life and many food chain systems, especially the primary producers. If for some reason the belt was to stop or slow down, primary production would be affected, which ultimately affects the rest of the food chain. So how is it changing? There are early signs that the ocean global conveyor is going to slow down according to recent studies. The studies go into depth about early signs that there is increased CO2 acidification within the ocean due to human activity, as well as Greenland ice that is melting. These factors would make the ocean imbalanced, causing a disruption in the movement of currents. Now you know that the global conveyor belt does in fact play a much bigger role than just currents in the ocean. The global conveyor belt is affected by wind and surface currents. With these currents touring throughout the ocean floors and surfaces, it helps mix nutrients and promote production. If the currents were to slow down or stop altogether, it can be extremely damaging for marine life by not spreading nutrients at the rate it used to. But recently, scientists have studied that the global conveyor belt could potentially move slower.